Hello everyone, Diego Cuevas, and here today I'm going to be reviewing Ark. So Ark is a Netflix original science fiction film starring Robbie and Rachael Taylor. So if you haven't heard or seen the trailer for these, or if you don't have Netflix, this trailer is a little bit off, and I go like, oh, looks a little dumb, looks a little stupid. You got the guy who's Abell's brother in it. I mean, it looks okay, but then you sit down and you watch it and you realize this is the type of movies that you should be watching at home. They're just they're not made for TV, but because again, there's this badass death scene in there. But there are things that in this movie where you look at it and you go, you know what? This is free. I don't gotta go to the theater. I don't gotta drive like 15 minutes to go through all that traffic and then I have to wait in line. This is perfectly what I can sit down, watch. Sure, some people have distractions, but if you just sit down and watch this film, beginning to end, you're gonna have a ride. And this thing is absolutely fun. Okay, this one's a little bit harder to explain. I usually don't get into technicals, but nevertheless, so Robbie is playing this, this engineer. We find out that throughout the process, throughout this movie, that he is a builder. He's a person who's an engineer. He was an engineer for the army, the military. And Rachael Taylor played. Her name's Hannah. She was in Jessica Jones. She was in Transformers, the first one. She played that woman that helped out. No, they got arrested with Anthony Anderson. You remember her, right? Yeah. Anyhow, so basic idea is this. It's a B version of Edge of Tomorrow. It's a version of Edge of Tomorrow where there's no action. There's not really action in this movie. It's more of a scientific approach to this type of ingredient or story plot that you've seen done better in different movies. But nevertheless, though, the actors are what sells me. I really like Robbie in this movie. I liked him in The Duff. I liked him in he played these little parts in here and there. I even liked him in Max from last year. He's a good actor, and he's actually pretty well in here. But Rachael Taylor, though, she's absolutely fantastic in this movie. She's a standout for me. I look at her, I'm gonna go like, holy crap. That's a good performance right there. She's absolutely fantastic. She's amazing. It is kind of bait and switch how they sell this movie. I mean, they kind of do say this is Robbie Amell's movie, and the movie even opens up with him going through the process. But towards the end, though, you kind of do get this feeling that, oh, okay, it's this person. But they never one-up each other, though. You always feel like they're equal. Everybody else from the movie, there's like 5 different other people in the movie. They don't do anything, really. They're just there to be pawns. But hey, they're there to service the story to continue through on. And it's actually pretty good. So, again, like I said, it's live free. It's like, I was going to say live free or die hard. No, it's live free, live, die, repeat. There we go. So it's live, die, repeat. So Robbie Amell, is stuck in a time loop between, going from 6/11 to this certain time where it ends that sends him back to where he started. And again, the movie explains it differently than Edge of Tomorrow, where, of course, Tom Cruise dies in that movie, then the clock restarts. This one's different, though. And this one's very different in the same scheme of Tom Cruise is the only one throughout Edge of Tomorrow who can remember anything. He tells Emily Blunt the whole entire thing, but he's the only one who can really just remember the day previous and all the events before that. Here, it is Robbie Amell. He does remember the events that are coming up, but also after each time it's happening, more and more people start, and again, spoiler, more and more people start recognizing we might be in a time loop. And that's very, very interesting. That's way differently than what Edge of Tomorrow did. This is totally different, and it's totally different than Groundhog Day 2. This is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely amazing to watch. I was kind of scared that, it is low budget, so you're not really going to get the full sense, the full scheme. Is this drastic? But even though they do make it, they do add depth to what's going on in this movie. So why is this happening? You might be saying, like, why is this happening? Why do I care? You care because there's a war going on outside. It's a post-apocalyptic movie also, is that. And you're probably saying, do we see, the outskirts world? You get an overview. Again, I'm trying to be very vague as possible, but honestly, though, I thought it was just going to be a cheap-end green screen effect. But no, this movie does have some cool technology going, and there's some pretty badass deaths. I'm not going to say you die, but of course, when you say somebody can, is going through a time loop and dies and come back, you do get some pretty cool badass deaths, and that's the one thing this movie has. I like it a lot. Go watch it on Netflix. It's an hour, like in 28 minutes, like in a good, cool 88 minutes. It's probably like 85, 84 with its end title cards, and it zips by, it's fast, it's clear cut. There's no meat to it. It does a story. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really liked it a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Diego Cuevas. Go check out Ark on Netflix right now. It's free, available if you have a Netflix subscription. Have a great day. Check out my channel. Click the like button, subscribe. Have a great day. Bye, guys. See ya.